Is it possible to use crickets to know what the temperature is based on their chirps? We learned we are able to count their chirps to determine temperature. We learned that they make their chirps with a special structure on the top of their wings called a scraper. The crickets raise their wings to a 45-degree angle and draw the scraper of one wing across a series of wrinkles on the underside of the other wing called a file.
We also learned that the temperature should range between 55 and 100 degrees. And if the temperature gets too cold for the crickets, they will go dormant until the temperature warms back up.
We wanted to demonstrate this and determine if crickets could tell us the temperature.
We had to change the temperature of the room by turning on the heat and air conditioning.
We used crickets, a stopwatch, a thermometer, and our data sheets. Our control was that we used the same crickets, and the only variable was the change in temperature in order to determine if the chirps were accurate to the temperature. During our experiments, we learned that as the temperature was rising, so did the number of chirps, and as the temperature dropped, so did the number of chirps.
We determined the temperature by counting the number of chirps over a 14-second time period and adding 40 to the number of chirps. We had to ensure that the temperature remained between 50 and 100 degrees in order to see the reaction and count the chirps.
We found this equation in several places and also found different equations. However, this equation was the most consistent equation. The Old Farmer's Almanac, Snopes.com, and ScienceBuddies.com were a few of our sources.
We made a table to record our data, the number of chirps at certain temperatures. After our test concluded, we determined that we could find the temperature using crickets. Although the temperatures are not exactly what the thermometer is displaying, the crickets were accurate within a couple of degrees. For example, the classroom temperature was 74 degrees and the crickets told us it was 72 degrees. And then we lowered the classroom temperature and it was 72 degrees, but the crickets told us it was 70 degrees.
We enjoy learning about crickets and how we can use something that we see almost every day in our society as a tool to estimate what the temperature is. It was interesting to see how cool the science of living things is.
For further research, we would like to know if the crickets are actually more accurate than our room thermostat. In our team project, 2 different times and 2 different teams both came up with the same average chirp count and cricket temperature. Maybe the crickets are actually more accurate than our room thermostat. Now,